The film is a comedy, deliberately a comedy. Is it? Are all the situations really that funny, or yeah?
Well, there's a lot of natural comedy that takes place because this is all really based on my wife's family. Me watching them interact with each other. The thing is like I love comedy dramas. I think comedy dramas allow people to really tackle important issues, but the comedy allows them to vent a little bit too. It keeps it from being so serious that it's too painful, but yet you can deal with issues that are really painful. I mean, their family has a lot of painful issues. There's a divorce, there's the war, you know. So for us, picking the story was about, you know, finding something. The story of Vietnamese immigrants in general is a very dramatic story, but what they've done since they've come to the United States is very profound. The way they've integrated into the culture and the way they've changed their lives and the hard work that they do. So, you know, it was about, we wanted to have a story that had weight to it. You know, it was dramatic enough to make people think, but also the comedy. I mean, the Mail-Order Husband is already starting to, you know, journey towards comedy. But it's both, you know. It's like, my favorite film is The Breakfast Club. It's a perfect example of a film that you laugh a lot, but at the same time, when you're done watching it, you feel like you've learned something, or you've had an emotional advance of some kind. So even though it's really, really funny, like the film is, I think, is very funny, it's not just simply stupid comedy. I mean, people walk away from it going, oh, you know, I mean, you shouldn't just judge people based on the amount of English they speak, or, you know, what you... People, it's that old saying, I don't know if they have it in Dutch here, but never judge a book by its cover. I don't know, it might be a little bit different. What's the word for book in Dutch?
Book.
Book! Nice, perfect. So that's the main theme of the story, but I think that's true, especially in a country like the United States, where, and even like Holland, you have so many different cultures here. You can't just assume that you know everything about somebody based on the amount of money they make, or the amount of English they speak, in this case Dutch. You know, you gotta like look at the bigger picture. And so this guy comes over from a place that's third world, you know, and they look down on him, they don't think he's got anything to add to their lives. He winds up changing their lives completely. He turns everything upside down in a way that you wouldn't expect. And I think that's the powerfulness of the film. What makes the film good is that you think it's, oh, this is just a bunch of jokes, and then you start watching and you go, wow, there's actually, you know, a lot of drama here. And you don't even realize, because the one thing that a lot of Asians who've come up to me after the film, they've said, wow, you really captured what we've been experiencing since we've been here. And I'm like, it's not that hard. I mean, if my family tomorrow had to move to Mexico, you know, would I ever consider myself a Mexican, you know? And would I want my kids growing up and marrying Mexicans? I mean, is it racist for me to think that? Or is it because I secretly hope that someday we can all go back, you know? So how do you reconcile all that? And the Vietnamese have done a really good job at doing that. And this film was just sort of a way of showing how all these things come together, and this family manages to transcend them.
And your next film, is it going to be another Asian American film thematically, or is it going to be something else? And is it maybe again going to be a comedy?
I love comedies. Comedies do come naturally. I will make any film that I can make that I think is good, whether we have Asians in there, we have Africans, we have people from Antarctica. I don't care, you know. Well, it's all about, and to me, I don't even consider this film an Asian American film. I mean, it is, but for me, it was about telling a story that I think is universal, and that's the really important part. And I mean, I wanted to apply to any race or any person who feels that they're an outsider, or you look down on them for stupid reasons. You know, I wanted to be a kind of film that transcends that. So I will make any film that we can get funding for. If you know anybody that wants to make a movie, have them send me an email, because that's what I want to do. And comedy, I like comedy drama. I'd like to expand in some other stuff, but whatever happens, you know, I'll take it.
Okay, Simply Fabulous, showing at the AsiaScope Film Festival. Just a quick word why people should see it.
They're gonna love it. It's gonna be comedy. It's gonna have some tears. Yeah, definitely come see it, because I think it's going to be a surprise in terms of how it makes you feel afterwards. You'll enjoy it, regardless of what ethnicity you are.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.